Hello, dear students. Very good morning to everybody. In the last class, we have seen unchannelized at grade intersections such as T junction, Y junction, skew junction, and multiple junction. Today, we will see channelized intersections, that too at grade intersections. Channelized at grade intersections. Vehicles approaching an intersection are directed to definite paths by islands, marking, etc. It is directed or guided when vehicles are approaching at an intersection. And this method of control is called channelization. At these intersections, islands are introduced to reduce the total conflict area available. These islands are useful to channelize the turning traffic to control the speed and angle of approach. Channelized intersection provides more safety and efficiency. Channelized intersection provides more safety and also efficiency. It reduces the number of possible conflicts by reducing the area of conflicts available in the carriageway. If no channelizing is provided, the driver will have less tendency to reduce the speed while entering the intersection from the carriageway. It is obvious also. When it is not channelized, then driver will hesitate to move fast and he reduces his speed. If it is channelized with high confidence, the driver can move with its own design speed. Also, channelized intersection reduces the number of possible conflicts by reducing the area of conflicts available in the carriageway. These are roundabout intersections. Roundabout intersections. These also roundabout intersections. Vehicle are required to go around and then take a turn, either towards this direction or towards this leg, or even the one he is coming from in this leg, he can go around and take a turn following the ahead of vehicle and come to this road. Means from here to here he has to go around when there is a provision of roundabout intersection or rotary intersection. Different types. This is elliptical type, this is turbine type, this is tangential type, this is circular type. Circular, elliptical, turbine, tangential. These are the four different shapes of roundabout intersections. Grade separated intersection means at two different levels or elevations the intersection is provided. It is a bridge that eliminates crossing conflicts at intersections by vertical separation of roadways in space. Route transfer at grade separations is accommodated by interchange facilities consisting of ramps. Because those roads are constructed at two different elevations, thereby ramp facility is to be made available so that the vehicle can move. The interchange configurations are designed in such a way to accommodate economically the traffic requirements of flow, operation on the crossing facilities, physical requirements of the topography, adjoining land use, type of controls, right of way and direction of movements. That means the interchange configurations are designed in such a way as to accommodate economically the traffic requirements of flow, operation on the crossing facilities, physical requirements of the topography, adjoining land use, type of controls, right of way, and direction of movements. You can see here grade separated intersections. There are three types. Direct interchange, these are all interchanges at grade separation. Semi-direct interchange, indirect interchange. Safest is this, safest. This is danger or very less safe, less safe. This is intermediate. See here. In this case, the vehicle will take a turn and goes to this road. This direction road is at higher level. This is at lower level. This is at lower level. This road is at higher level. So from lower level to higher level, there will be ramp, provision of ramp. Depending upon the frequency of vehicles at this location, if driver observes that hardly there are vehicles, he can immediately take a right turn and enter into this road. If there are more vehicles, then naturally merging from right is always dangerous. Merging from right side is always dangerous, that we have seen under traffic flow characteristics, that is merging. See, this is the bridge, you can see. This is the bridge. Underneath one road, above one road. So, semi-direct interchange, wherein first of all he goes towards left and then merge from right. So, diverging to left is safer. Again, merging will be little bit dangerous. However, in such situation, he has to move like this. Suppose if the vehicle goes straight, then diverge to left and again merge from left, both way it is safer, and then enter into this traffic stream. It is the safest, but it takes longer length, thereby more time is consumed. Fuel will be more used, but still it is more safer. Accidents will not take place at all, whereas here chances of accidents are more in the direct case. In the semi-direct case, little less, very less, almost negligible or zero accidents in case of indirect interchange. These are the different types of interchanges. One more type of interchange you can see here. This is above. You see here. If I take pen, it will not move. You see. This is dotted means bottom, underneath the bridge. This is the bridge. So this is above. This movement is underneath the bridge. This is over the bridge. Right? The vehicle which is coming from this direction, in order to go to this direction, what he does, he has to go and take a turn and enter underneath the bridge to come to this. Whereas here, it is not so. Ramp is provided. The vehicle which is moving in this direction, vehicle moving in this direction can take the left turn and come to this, right? And similarly so. Objective. The ultimate objective of grade separated intersections is to eliminate all grade crossing conflicts and to accommodate other intersecting maneuvers by merging, diverging and weaving at low relative speed. Means speed has to be reduced. The maneuvering operations, either by merging, diverging or weaving, naturally speeds are required to be brought much lower. Then only safely they can change their direction of movement without any crossing conflicts at grade separated intersections. Classification of grade separated intersections. Classification of grade separated intersections. Classification. One of the distinctions made in type of interchange is between the directional and the non-directional. Directional interchanges are those having ramps that tend to follow the natural direction of the movement, whereas non-directional interchanges require a change in the natural path of traffic flow. Major interchanges. You can see from the photographs: underpass, overpass, trumpet interchange, diamond interchange, cloverleaf interchange, partial cloverleaf interchange, directional interchange, then bridged rotary. These are the major interchanges. You can change from one direction of movement to the another direction and from one road to the another road at such intersections. The two grade separated. Thereby intersection article is complete. Now we shall go to parking study. This is also very essential, especially in urban or cities. Parking itself has become a major problem in India. No space to provide parking area for the people. Even though we are having four-wheelers and we are going to the market or business area in big cities, you have to park somewhere far away from the actual business area or market area. You have to walk at least 1/4 to half a kilometer. To and fro it will become 1 kilometer walk. Traveling vehicles at one time or another will need to park for short or long times. Need for parking spaces is great in areas where land uses include, say as I said, business, residential or commercial. In high density areas, spaces are very expensive. Thus, the space provided for automobiles usually has to be divided between their movements and parking. What are the objectives of parking study? Understand the parking planning is an integral part of transportation planning. Know the definition of parking terms. Learn the methodology of parking studies. Learn how to find out the space requirement for a parking garage. These are the objectives. To understand the parking planning, which is an integral part of the transportation planning, in order to know about the definition of parking terms, in order to learn the methodology of parking studies, and to learn how to find out the space requirements for a parking garage. General terms. Parking index. Percentage of ratio of number of parked vehicles to theoretical number of bays available. Parking volume. The total number of vehicles that park in a study area during specified or specific period of time, usually a day, This does not account for the repetition of vehicles. The actual volume of vehicles entered in the area is recorded. Parking duration. The length of time a vehicle is parked at a parking bay or space is also to be taken into account. Parking accumulation. Parking accumulation keeps on accumulated. The total number of vehicles parked in an area at a specified moment. Parking load. Parking load gives the area under the accumulation curve. It can also be obtained by simply multiplying the number of vehicles occupying the parking area at each time interval with the time interval. It is expressed as vehicle hours. Parking turnover. It is the ratio of number of vehicles parked in a duration to the number of parking bays available. This can be expressed as number of vehicles per day per bay per time duration. Types of parking facilities. On-street parking facility, off-street parking facilities. On-street parking facilities. It is also known as curb facilities. Curb. C-U-R-B, curb. Parking bays are provided alongside the curb on one or both sides of the street. You can see in urban cities one side on 3 days in a week and other side 3 days, Sunday anywhere. Unrestricted parking, unlimited and free, restricted parking facilities, limited to specific times for a maximum duration, may or may not be free, handicapped parking, and bus stops and loading bays. So many times we are required to pay for parking. Even if we go to Shirdi for darshan, whenever you are parking your vehicle, you have to pay. In some places it will be made free also. But nowadays nobody will give space for free. You have to pay. Now, types of parking means method of parking. How to park the vehicles. Parallel parking. The vehicles are parked along the length of the road. That means parallel to the road. That's why it is known as parallel parking. Here there is no backward movement involved while unparking the vehicle. Hence it is the most safest parking from the accident perspective. 30-degree parking. In 30-degree parking, the vehicles are parked at 30 degrees with respect to the road alignment. In this case, more vehicles can be parked compared to parallel parking. Here it is wrongly printed. It should have been parked, not marked. Compared to parallel parking, in 30-degree parking, more vehicles can be parked. Delay caused to the traffic is also minimum in this type of parking. Minimum time. 45-degree parking. 45-degree parking. As the angle of parking increases, more number of vehicles can be parked. Hence, compared to parallel parking and 30-degree parking, more number of vehicles can be accommodated in this type of parking. 60-degree parking. The vehicles are parked at 60 degrees to the direction of road. More number of vehicles can be accommodated in this parking type compared to the above 3 types. Right angle parking. In this type, the vehicles are parked perpendicular direction to the road, although it consumes maximum width curb length required is very little. In this type of parking, the vehicles need complex maneuvering and this may cause accidents or collision. We need not have to call it as accident because after all it is moving with 5 kilometer or 10 kilometer per hour maneuvering operations. Collision between the two vehicles or with the object. On street or curb parking. You can see the figure how with different angles the parallel parking or at 30-degree parking. This is 30-degree parking. This is 30-degree parking fashion. This is parallel parking. This is parallel parking. Parallel parking, 30-degree parking, 45-degree parking, 60-degree parking, 90-degree parking. See, 45-degree parking, 60-degree parking. You can see, as the angle of parking increases, number of vehicles that can be parked within the same area increases. This is 90-degree parking, exactly perpendicular to the direction of the road. Perpendicular. That's why it is 90-degree. That's why it is 90-degree parking, we say. Off-street parking. Earlier or previously we have studied on-street parking. This is off-street parking. So on-street we are not parking, we are providing the facility for off-street parking so that the regular traffic will not be affected at all. In many urban centers, some areas are exclusively allotted for parking, which will not be at some distance away from the main stream of traffic. Such a parking is referred to as off-street parking. They may be operated by either public agencies or private firms. A typical layout of an off-street parking is shown in figure. Off-street parking. Types of off-street parking. Types: surface car parks, multi-storied car parks, roof parks, mechanical parks, underground car parks. Nowadays, even in Kopargaon also, the newly constructed apartments having underground parking facility, because almost all the people are having more than two-wheelers, at least one single four-wheeler. Where they will park? First of all, streets are very, very narrow. In spite of that, if all the vehicles of all population of Kopargaon, they place it on street, then what would be the fate for the traffic? So that's why that has been made compulsory. When in a gaon or village like Kopargaon itself facing such problems, what about urban areas or cities? So definitely off-street parking itself is beneficial to one and all. Multi-storied car parking. This is multi-storied car parking. This is surface car parking. This is roof car parking, even on the roof. Further, mechanical car parking. Mechanical method, mechanically. How vehicles are parked, you see. This is underground car parking. Everybody must have seen underground car parking. Now, highway lighting. design procedure for transport lighting. So we will throw light on this highway lighting article in the next class. Thank you very much. Are you enjoying the sessions? So whenever you find doubt, after you go through once all these PPT or notes which is being uploaded on the LMS system, you put the questions or ask the doubts cleared in the next class. We are ready to answer to your questions and try to solve